Yes, sir.
The White House saying that they're keeping an eye on Twitter under Elon Musk's ownership and leadership.
That is offensive to me. Government's going to go after someone that wants to have free speech? What do they have to look at Twitter about? Do they want to go more after American public about whether they can have an opinion on something? I think the American public have spoken on this. We'll no longer let government go after people simply because of their political views.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy echoing what most Republicans are saying. And now Elon Musk says Apple is even threatening to drop Twitter from its app store, but has not given him a reason as to why. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis tearing into Apple CEO.
So they are serving basically as a vassal to the Chinese Communist Party. They are trying to get Elon Musk's Twitter off the App Store potentially, which would be a huge blow for free speech. And so this is maybe the most powerful company in the entire world.
And CEO Tim Cook is set to meet with the GOP, the House GOP leaders, in Washington this week. He reportedly wants to strengthen relations as the party gets set to take the gavel in January. Buck Sexton, co-host of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show, joins me now. I'm sorry, but this is like literally the biggest and most utter waste of time I have ever heard for the White House to actually be worrying and concerning themselves and spending time on keeping an eye on Twitter. So let's not keep an eye on other things of greater importance. Let's make sure that free speech is not free on social media. I mean, is that what am I understanding this right?
No, I think the White House is saying, nice Twitter you got there, Elon. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. It's meant to be ominous. They're trying to influence the outcome of this whole Twitter takeover by suggesting that maybe the White House will try to take some kind of action, not just through perhaps executive order, but they could always use one of the many investigative agencies of the federal government, regulatory agencies, to harass Elon Musk. And I think that's why the White House is saying this, so that their base understands, don't worry, we know that you've lost one of your favorite propaganda toys here, and it's no longer a left-wing platform of total domination. We'll do something about this. So I don't think the White House is just idle chatter here. It's meant to menace, and it's meant to show you that, one, we're about to find out, I think, with the revelation of the Hunter Biden laptop suppression from within Twitter, that this was bright red line violation of the First Amendment stuff that this White House was engaged in. There was collusion on the issue of suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop. There was collusion on the issue of suppressing COVID dissent, which turned out to be true, by the way, on a whole range of issues. So they're going to be in a rough place, and brute force from the government is going to be, I think, a tool that they try to rely on to stop the truth from getting out about what happened inside of Twitter and what's going to be the future of the internet.
Elon Musk tweeted a picture that, my God, it was so scandalous. Everyone's up in arms about it. Can you believe this? Diet Coke on the night table. I guess a bunch of Diet Coke cans and a pair of prop guns were enough to make Twitter go crazy. One critic literally losing it, tweeting, how shocking. The richest man on the earth is a trailer park simpleton. Jonathan Turley writing in an op-ed, quote, Elon Musk triggers liberals, sending them into wartime footing over free speech. I mean, Elon is obviously having fun with people on Twitter. I don't know why people can't see that. And the more they react, or overreact, he's just going to come back with something else. And quite frankly, it's amusing, but it's also serious. I mean, Apple, for example, has stopped advertising on Twitter. For what? Because they're afraid of free speech as well. This is the sort of rhetoric that's being spread by the liberal media, by the mainstream media, and it's actually catching fire because now Twitter is being threatened by the White House.
It is now a foundational belief on the left. It's something you have to buy into, that speech that is offensive or in any way problematic is effectively the same as violence, which is crazy, but they say a lot of crazy things. I mean, let's all be very clear on this. You know, Twitter and Twitter was operating, I think, with the White House. We've seen some of the accounts that were suspended. And what we've seen is that over time, you're not allowed to say things like only men can get pregnant. You know, or rather, you have to say things like men can get pregnant. And if you say things that are outside of the acceptable discourse, they shut you down.
Hey, everyone, I'm Emily Compagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.